It's showtime.
Welcome to the positive side. That's right. You know, I'm always going to bring a little bit of life, sports, and entertainment. But you know, I was excited when I saw the Diamondback schedule that the Chicago Cubs were coming into town. And who's part of that team? In the broadcast booth, it's the 2001 World Series champion manager, Bob Brenly. What's he doing? Where's he going? And will he ever get back in the dugout as a manager? When you think back in 1989 at that World Series at Candlestick Park, and then you walk on the field here in Arizona in 2001, what a difference from a player to being the manager of a team and so many different personalities.
Oh, it really is. And, you know, I got a lot of advice from people when I got my first managerial gig here in Arizona. And somebody told me one time that as a player, if you have a bad game, it hurts. But when the team has a bad game and you're the manager, it hurts 25 times worse because you suffer for every guy that didn't swing the bat well that day. You suffer for every guy that made an error, every pitcher that gave up a home run ball in the game. Every one of those things eats at you as a manager, whereas a player, you can kind of separate yourself. I had a bad day, but the team won, everything's good. But boy, as a manager, you're constantly trying to figure out ways to get better, ways to correct mistakes so they don't happen again. And the wins are great, the losses are really tough.
When you look back at that World Series champion team, a lot of people thought it was going to be more difficult on how to mesh those personalities together because there was a lot of different walks of life when you think about this organization.
Going back to the first day of spring training that year, as I looked around that locker room and I saw guys like Matt Williams and Steve Finley and Reggie Sanders and of course the big unit and Schill, and I said, this is a championship team right here. These guys
felt that
all right away from day one. This team, if we can stay healthy and keep our guys on the field, and if they buy into the idea that it's going to take an army, we're all going to have to be in this together. We can't just ride a couple of good pitchers and one good hitter. We need everybody to contribute. We were an old team. That particular year, all the experts were saying they're too old, they won't last till the All-Star break. But I felt that was one of our strengths. We had the veteran players with the experience. We had a tremendous bench.
You know, baseball players work their entire career, play their entire career, sacrifice so much from their families and just any type of activity in their life to get to the World Series. Same thing with a manager. You have it. This is something obviously you carry around, you cherish this. This is something that, you know, it represents to the younger guys in the Cubs organization. When they see that, they know they can talk to you. You know what it's like to be there.
Well, I'd like to think so. I mean, obviously the Cubs have had a little bit of a drought for about 103 years, but the goal is the same every year for 30 teams. When you go into spring training, the ultimate goal is to win a World Series. And obviously a lot of things have to go right in order for that to happen. You need a lot of players to play well. You need to catch some breaks once in a while. You need to stay healthy. But once you've reached that position, it's like instant credibility in this game. It doesn't matter what team it was or what year it was. I run into guys all the time, you know, that won World Series back in the 50s or 60s, and it's almost like a brotherhood, you know. We've been through it. We went through the whole regular season grind. We worked our way through the postseason, and ultimately we got the trophy, and not many guys can say that. I
know one thing. There's not a person in this town that I've spoke to that doesn't know the name Bob Brenly, and the first thing they say, yeah, our World Series championship, and that's a great feeling.
And a little blooper. Base hit! Diamondbacks win! They're the world champions! Gonzalez did it! The Diamondbacks have unseated the New York Yankees as the world champions!
Oh, that's an awesome feeling. And like I said before, so few people get to experience it, and for us to be able to do it here in Arizona, the first championship in any sport, for the greatest owner in my eyes that has ever fielded a baseball team, and Joe Garagiola Jr., our general manager, was just fantastic working with the rookie manager. And once again, it took an army. It wasn't just the guys on the field. It took everybody, including our fans.
Well, it's been 10 years and I've been waiting, so I would love to see it again, but hey, they come far and few apart. You know that, buddy.
Absolutely. That's why we appreciate it so much.
This Bob Brenly